Samsung have announced a Watch Ultra, the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Lots of people are trying to say they've ripped off the Apple Watch Ultra. You can see where maybe people are getting that from, but we disagree. Daniel here from SamMobile TV. We think the Galaxy Watch Ultra is an incredibly capable smartwatch, and these are the 5 reasons why we think you should get one. So, you're on the fence. Samsung just announced this incredibly powerful smartwatch, one that we've never seen from them before. They've gone all in with the numbers, the design, everything. You're unsure why you should get it because you're seeing a lot of stuff on the internet about how it's just an Apple Watch Ultra clone. And Samsung have never been about copying Apple, and Samsung users don't necessarily like the fact that it looks like an Apple Watch. But if we go back a little bit, Samsung have actually brought a design from the past back to life. Samsung Gear Sport was a smartwatch that had that squared off design around a circular display. So all they've done really is just borrow design inspiration from themselves and refine it a little bit with what's currently trending in the market, being the Apple Watch Ultra. But the watch itself, the looks are pretty much where the comparison ends, because these are the 5 reasons we think it's great. Number 1, I've kind of spoken about it, is the new design. Samsung have gone all in with making this big, massive design. And whilst the Watch 5 Pro, which this is replacing, was kind of like a real timid sort of entry point into pro sort of elite performance smartwatches, there is nothing subtle about it. Samsung have made the design massive in every sense of the word. You've got the titanium grade 4 frame, which is going to protect the device really nicely. Samsung have made the round bezel not rotatable, but you still have a digital haptic feedback bezel around the outside. You have the more rounded, squared off design that sort of cases in the circular display, which is still very Samsung. This still has elements of the Galaxy smartwatch sort of design ethos baked into it. The watch bands that come with it definitely look a little bit more Apple Watch Ultra than what Samsung have done in the past. But I think when we really break it down, Apple Watch Ultra users like that. So if Samsung is trying to bring that crowd in, then they're just giving them what they already have. And I think that's kind of smart. Number 2, it's the first 3nm processor in a smartwatch ever. This means it's probably going to be the most powerful, capable smartwatch you will be able to find, as it's pretty much got a mobile processor inside a smartwatch. This processor, paired with a massive 590 mAh battery, means not only are you getting performance, you're getting longevity. Samsung have said in their presentation that they will get up to 100 hours of battery life when you're in power saving mode, which not a lot of people might want to use power saving mode, but it just goes to show the lengths that you can stretch this watch out into. Something else though that this processor is going to do is make One UI watch very, very fast and fluid. A lot of people are trying to tell you that's not going to be the case, but I can assure you, having interacted with the Watch Ultra at the event and speaking to people that have used it for a lengthy period of time already, they have said it's the snappiest smartwatch that Samsung's ever made, and they've used a lot of it. Number 3, Samsung announced that it's got a dual band frequency GPS, which in tight situations like in cities and high-rise buildings, you're going to get much more accurate GPS for tracking your workout data or for navigation. And that's what a lot of people are after, is they want that navigation, they want that workout routine to be tracked accurately. And dual band frequency GPS is going to do just that for them. It's not something you'll see, I guess, from a hardware point of view. It's tucked inside, but you'll definitely see the results and the accuracy from the results and the output that you get. Number 4, Samsung have introduced Galaxy AI into Samsung Health. Samsung Health is Samsung's very comprehensive health platform, free to use. All the stuff in there is free. There is no subscriptions that you will find inside Samsung Health. All the workouts in there are free. All the tracking data is free. All the food tracking data, all free. Someday I'll do a deep dive into Samsung Health. Let me know if you want that in the comments. But what Samsung have done with Galaxy AI here is they've incorporated this thing called Energy Score. Energy Score is going to be what brings together all of your health metrics into one convenient location and give you recommendations based off the metrics that it's been sort of analyzing. Gives you a score that sort of sums it all up, and then a lot of results in between, underneath, inside that area. I'm excited to test that for myself. As someone who has a lot of different health metrics that is tracked, I'd like to see what Samsung consider in bringing them all together. And of course, their new health data is all backed by the new sensor technology that is going to be reading this thing. So I'm excited to see it all come together. And number 5, which is not a lot of people have been speaking about, is the display. It's got 3,000 nits of brightness. It's so bright that Samsung, with the action button, have allowed it to be programmed to be a torch. So you can program the action button for torch and then the 3000 nits of brightness will take over. This brightness is very important because when you go outdoors into the elements, a lot of people exercise outside, you need that brightness to be able to see your smartwatch, especially if you're navigating yourself around, or if you just want to keep a track of the metrics and the data that you're tracking. I was looking for another word, couldn't find it. So they are the 5 reasons we love the Galaxy Watch Ultra. There's a host more you could really speak about, but again, we're saving a lot of that for when we get our unit in hand or on wrist, whichever phrase you prefer. If you want to grab your Galaxy Watch Ultra, use the link in the description, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.